Hi, and welcome to Professor Pincushion. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to ease two fabric pieces together, more commonly known as how my pieces don't fit together right. Don't worry, this happens to everyone and is usually caused by not cutting carefully or the pieces are just unique. As you can see from this piece, my notches line up here, but not on this end. Your options are trying to recut out the piece or instead try easing. Easing is best for small discrepancies. I'm going to show you my method for easing. So let's get started. How do you know that you have a problem? Well, I like to pin all my notches first. So I have one here and here. And then you're just pinning along, minding your own business, and all of a sudden, uh-oh, I have this part right here, it's puffing out. So there's one of two things that can happen if you just ignore this. If I just sew along, what could happen is this will fold over on itself in the back, and then you'll get a big pucker right in the middle of your seam, which never looks very nice. Or I can sew, take out this pin, and now my pieces are going to end up uneven, which isn't a good solution either. So for easing, I like to use a method which divides and conquers. So depending on how bad it is, like this one's not that bad at all, I'd probably take out some of these pins, probably to here, and try to distribute this through this whole area, because if I have just a little bit spread out, then I'm not going to get a wrinkle. If it's really bad, if it's worse than this, then I could probably remove these pins from this notch to this notch, and then it is going to be a lot easier to distribute. So I'm going to remove these pins. And see, even now, it doesn't look as bad as it did. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch right in the middle. And hopefully now, this part that was puffing out in the back, there's going to be some on this side, and there's going to be some on this side. So it gets a little bit easier to manage. And this is a little hard to do, even with two hands. There we go. So now I'm going to put a pin. So now, the same thing on this side. I'm going to go right in the middle and put a pin. Right in the middle, put a pin. So by the time you're done with this, like see right here, it's not so bad anymore. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Put a pin. I should be able to sew the seam and not worry about getting any wrinkles. In the middle, put a pin. And I'll do it for each of these. For cases that are really bad, you might have a situation where you just have pin, straight pin after straight pin just lined up next to each other. And it's happened to me, it happens. You just do that because you really want to make sure that you're not going to have any wrinkles when you sew the seam allowance. So now let me split it right up to the top here, and you'll see it's looking pretty good. If I have an area where it's kind of puckering, you go ahead, put another pin. There you go. So now I feel comfortable taking this to my machine and sewing it and not worrying about getting any sort of a wrinkle.